Hello, my name is Danica Hewitt and I am a health and purpose coach, and I want to tell you guys all about my experience with the Institute for Integrative Nutrition and answer some questions. So if you are sick of your job, maybe you're not really sure what you want to do, maybe all you know is that you want a career that is way more fulfilling than what you're currently doing, or you're searching for a life with more purpose and meaning, if that sounds like you, then I am making this video especially for you. So I want to start this off by being totally open and honest with you by saying that when I started looking into IIN, it was not because I had this burning desire to become a health coach or a coach at all, really. I was a bartender at the time, but I started feeling extremely unfulfilled, and I got to this point where I was desperate for a change in my job, my career, and I started to develop this craving in my heart to do something that actually mattered. And at that time, I had no idea what I wanted to do, but what I did know was that I wanted to change pretty quickly. And I didn't want to go to college, like back to school for another 4 years. And I also didn't want to go like $50,000 into debt to try to figure out what I wanted to do, right? All I knew was that I wanted to do something that actually helped people. And that is when I heard about IIN. This was back in 2018, and I was in the exact spot that you're in right now. I was researching review videos on IIN, trying to decide whether or not it was for me. And I think I probably watched like 10 videos before I stumbled across a review video by The Blissful Step, which completely sold me, so shout out to her. She's actually a big part of my story, but I will tell you a little bit more about her at the end of the video. So first, I want to tell you that if you aren't sure if being a health coach is right for you, that is okay. Of course, that is where they suggest that you start, but honestly, there are an infinite amount of things that you can do with what you learn at IIN because they teach you all things health. I've heard of graduates starting huge juice companies, creating courses on things like gut health, super specific things, or even coordinating hands-on workshops with people in their communities. So there are so many things that you can do, and it really just depends on you and what you take from the program, what's important to you, and just really what you feel called to do with what you learn. And if you don't already know, what is incredible about IIN is that it is 100% online. So what it looks like is new modules are released every week, and then you are able to go through the videos and the course material at your own pace. And you guys, this program was built for you to succeed. They totally understand that most people are still working full-time when they go through this program, so they're extremely flexible with the timing of when the work needs to be finished. I actually traveled through Europe during my last 2 months at IIN. Was really awesome. So if your question is, will I be able to fit this into my schedule? The answer is yes, absolutely. And if you're interested in getting a feel for the program, I put a link to IIN's free sample class in the description. It was really helpful for when I was trying to figure it out. That way you can just see for yourself exactly how the curriculum is laid out. Something that I do want to touch on is the fact that IIN is not a school that teaches health solely around food and nutrition. And to be honest, this is one of my absolute favorite aspects about the program. It's really why I chose IIN in the end. And I linked the curriculum in the description as well, right under the sample class. But to give you a brief introduction to what I mean, yes, of course, food and nutrition are covered, and they're covered super thoroughly, but you'll also learn a concept called primary food. And this concept is all about how things like your career, spirituality, relationships, stuff like that also affect your well-being, and the importance of bringing these things into balance in order to achieve better health and wellness overall. And then, like I said, you will of course learn all about actual food and nutrition, which is what we call secondary food, which is the food you're actually eating. So you're gonna hear tons of different perspectives and studies on food, and then they even cover over 100 different dietary theories. But the thing about IIN is you're not taught to work with clients like a dietitian would. So you're not gonna talk to people about exactly how many carbs they should be eating, or what they should eat in a day, or how many ounces of protein they need to be getting in their diet. That kind of stuff is for a dietitian to handle. Because to be honest, most people already know that having a salad for dinner is probably a little bit healthier than the double bacon cheeseburger with fries and a Coke, right? Like, that's common knowledge for most people, of course. But still, so many people, even if they genuinely do want to be healthier, still choose the burger. every day or most often. So the job of a health coach is to help your clients bring awareness and understanding around what other factors might be affecting those choices and decisions that they're making. You might be speaking to your clients about what their home life is like, or are they like extremely stressed out at work, or really what can you do as their health coach to support them is to help them learn how to implement healthier lifestyle changes that actually stick, rather than just telling them what they should be eating and how much, because of course that approach is not going to work for everyone, at least not long term. And that may look like helping them decide how they can just reduce the stress in their life, or maybe how they can try to get more fruits and vegetables in their diet at first. The truth is that you can make a huge impact on someone's life by listening and being a support system to them, and just providing them with information and insight and support that maybe they didn't know before, or maybe they just didn't know how to implement it into their life, or just know how to stick to it long term. What you'll learn is that every craving, symptom, or sickness is your body just trying to tell you something, and every body is different. So IIN gives you a very well-rounded and unbiased look into all different types of eating and why some things work great for some people and then not well at all for others. So like I said, even if you're not 100% sure that being a health coach is what you want to do, IIN could potentially still be a really great option for you if you are interested in this type of education. So I have 4 questions for you that I think you should really ask yourself and get clear on before deciding if enrolling in IIN is the best option for you. Okay, question number 1 is the obvious, of course. Do you have an interest in the field of health and wellness? Duh, that's why you're here. Okay, moving on. Now, question number 2. Do you have an open mind, and are you open to hearing multiple perspectives? This is really important because, like I mentioned earlier, you are going to hear so many views and studies and perspectives, and some of these are going to be opposing views, and that is because IIN wants to give you the real and unbiased information, which means it's not going to be one size fits all. Different foods are going to affect people in different ways, and you're going to learn all about how things like where on the earth you were raised and where your ancestors are from, and even how the things that you ate as a child can all affect which types of foods your body wants and needs. So keeping an open mind is really crucial to getting everything that you can out of this program and really getting your money's worth on the education. Third question I have for you is, do you have a desire to help people, or even just to help yourself? This is definitely an industry where caring for yourself and or other people is really important if you want to be successful. So my suggestion would be to really get clear on your intentions behind looking into this program and decide if helping people would actually be genuinely fulfilling to you. Because if not, then this probably isn't the best option for you. And finally, the last question. Are you interested in working for yourself, being your own boss, or at least working pretty independently? Most health coaches or wellness entrepreneurs that graduate from IIN choose to work for themselves because, of course, there are a lot of really cool perks. You get to create your own schedule, you can get really specific on the type of clients you want to work with, and you have complete creative control on how to brand yourself and what services you offer and stuff like that, which is always super fun. Something to note is that IIN gives you a ton of business resources to help you get started. So if you've never stepped into that world of entrepreneurship, don't worry, because there are plenty of tools to at least help you get started. And they really go above and beyond, especially in regards to helping you succeed. So they even give you access to like newsletters and recipes and handouts to share with your clients. And at least as of right now, this may change, but you get access to the whole curriculum for at least a year. I think it's 2 years after you finish the course, but you can go back and refer to everything you learned for at least a year, maybe 2. And then if working for yourself feels kind of scary, then just know that there are also doctor's offices, wellness centers, and even big corporations who will work directly with or even sometimes hire a full-time health coach. But of course, even if you choose to work at one of those places, you're still going to be working pretty independently, so take that into consideration. So as you probably gathered, my personal experience was incredible, and like I mentioned before, I was a bartender when I found IIN. And as you can imagine, that wasn't the most positive environment, but being able to watch the lectures and listen to them always lifted me up and reminded me that better things were coming, which was actually way more true than I even realized. And I watched the lectures while I was cooking and folding laundry and found ways to implement them into my daily routine all the time, even during the weeks that I didn't have a ton of extra time. So again, if you're worried about the time commitment, I would say this is definitely one of the most viable options out there, especially in this field. And then also something else I wanted to address, I mentioned before that I am a purpose coach now, which of course is more of a primary food approach to coaching. Before taking IIN, I thought for sure I would coach people on food and nutrition, and that is something that I actually still have a huge passion for, but you're gonna learn so much, and you never know what that information is gonna make you realize about yourself and what's important to you. And honestly, as much as this education is to help other people, you will absolutely help yourself along the way, because in reality, you are your first client, and that in and of itself is a huge bonus to this program. The most important thing I want to say is that I know changing careers and doing something totally new like this can be really, really scary for a lot of people, but you will have that calling on your heart forever. And you are here watching this video right now because you do have a bigger purpose to fulfill in this world. And when you follow that and you can trust that you will be supported and everything is gonna be fine, then everything really will work out for you. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it probably is gonna be pretty scary. And a lot of you are probably gonna think, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Like, oh, this is really hard. I don't know if this is for me. But when you have that first-time client who is pouring their heart out to you and who thanks you for listening to them and being there for them and helping them actually change their life, you are gonna have this incredible feeling of fulfillment in your whole body, and nothing is better than that. And that's your job, and you will be so grateful that you didn't let the fear of the unknown hold you back, because you have everything you need to get started with this right now. I hope this video gave you more insight into what IIN is all about. If you have any specific questions or you just want to say hi, please feel free to leave a comment or even reach out to me personally. I'm gonna leave my contact information down below. I would love to hear from you and support you in any way that I can along your journey. Like I said, I enrolled in IIN because of a video that I found here on YouTube. And it was a video by Gabby, who was a complete stranger, but because I left a comment on her video, we connected, and now she is literally one of my best friends and mentors. And she is actually the person that I spent 3 months traveling through Europe with. So you never know. You never know what's gonna happen or who you're gonna meet by saying yes to this opportunity. So let me know, feel free to reach out and let me know what you guys decide. Is covered super